Hey y'all, I'm gonna be reacting to Iwakakeru Sports Climbing Girls episode 7. And I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's website, and I'll be starting my reaction to this in 1, 0, and go! Alright. I wonder what's with the distorted perspective though. Although it makes sense, one of them might be. Thankfully though, that loneliness that Jen has, it's gonna be gone because her and also our main girl, they've got something with each other, you know? Her and Konami have something special going on. Hey, it looks kind of cute. I could see why that mascot would be pretty popular. Although knowing John, she was probably way too busy to even catch up on stuff like that. Considering the fact that when she first meets Konami in episode 1, she didn't seem like she wasn't the most welcoming individual. Thankfully, though, John is changing for the better. She's becoming a lot more. Hell yeah, and it's always nice to see her put in the work through sweat. Aww. Thankfully, though, she finally has friends that share her interests and that are naturally going to want to spend time with her on the positive side. And you know, Jen may not realize it, but she is slowly changing because you could see just like the moments whenever Konami has an accomplishment, you can tell that has an effect on Jun. So even though she may not notice it consciously yet, subconsciously she is changing. I think that's what matters the most, at least in my personal opinion. So just something about this song is so dang refreshing. And then right here, whenever it looks like Konami's about to wreck stuff up, it's always my favorite bit in the opening. Ah, especially that leap that she does. Hell yes. Hopefully, we actually get to see them do more rock climbing though, because those are some of my favorites in this series. After the competition's done. Failure of a climber. I wonder who's that going to be referring to though. It definitely can't be Konami or Jun though, especially with the way they're building up Konami. True. And they gotta make sure they live up to those expectations. Yes, I love that conference. Woo! And I'm known as one of the most adorablest cheerleaders of all time. I mean, it'd be a start. If she wants to succeed, though, she just has to stop thinking about Konami. And I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. But you know, it was bound to happen where Konami was gonna mess up eventually, because it is her first time. So it's natural that she's gonna make a mistake eventually. Maybe that's what she's taking a while. She just hasn't found a way to solve the puzzle yet. And that's what Keiko's father meant. Whoa, 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 whoa. I wonder if we're starting to see fatigue set in. Seems like it because I don't think they'd be glitching out like that. If John isn't drained. It's gotta be that. It's all gotta be physical fatigue, nerves, or you know what it could also be? It could also be that this route's just gonna stump her. Okay, now he jinxed her, girl. Come on, dude. No. Yeah, she's gonna mess up. She's gonna fall. Oh. Aww. Damn. But you know what? It's a first. It's the first time. Aww. But you know what? Yeah, she's done incredible. All things considered, getting 3 of them done. But you know, I like that, so wanting to hear self-improvement. Aw, at least she's happy for Konami. Gonna have to start putting more respect towards her name. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, because she looked worn out. Which makes sense. I mean, this is Konami. For her to be doing this for the first time, it's phenomenal. Aww. Oh, dang. There's a lot of tension building up right now. Woo! Jeez. Hey, even for characters that are not named, the character designs look good. Actually, gotta give props to the character designs. Because most animes, when you have nameless characters, they're usually even like shitty looking character designs. Usually. Yes. Huh. Nah, she is one of the fucking adorable Konami. Oh! That's crazy. She's still thinking about Konami. Konami's still living rent free in her mind. If she wants to succeed, she has to stop thinking about Konami. She just has to. Oda just has to get rid of all her thoughts and just figure it out. Oh man. Yeah, I mean. I actually like the psychological effect it has on all the other girls. And it makes sense too. In competition, you don't have to just worry about your physicality. You also got to worry about the psychological element because there is such a thing as crowd expectations effect. Oh, oh man. Yeah, I love how they represent the wall tonight by having her image show up. Honestly though, hopefully Ova takes this opportunity to consider where she messed up. Now I'm kind of feeling bad. Even though she was talking smack, I'm kind of feeling bad for her now. Well, aside from Konami being skilled at this, it's probably just the expectations. Some people actually do better with expectations. And considering someone like Jun is on her team. Hell yeah, girl. And I hope she one-shots every single one of them. I got absolute faith in her. If anything, Jen should be able to do this a lot more quickly. Considering the experience, and she's got a lot more strength too, and her body's more. Or not. Yo, that'd be quite the twist if you see Jen mess up. I'd be shocked. But no, she's gonna see. There's no way she's gonna mess up. No! The fuck? Okay. I did not see that coming. Holy shit! Wow, no. She can't think. The moment she starts thinking about Konami, she's gonna lose. She is gonna automatically lose. And she's gonna fall into the same trap that Oba fell into. Whoa. Alright, good. Finally. She's got the right idea. Because maybe said if she couldn't at the very least succeed in one of them. Huh? Yo, this guy always has like major disses. Jeez, what a savage. Hmm. Usually when characters have that inner monologue and they're referring to. Aww. But honestly, though, Jen shouldn't be so hard on herself, and I'll explain why. Everyone goes through slumps. It happens. Not much you can do about it. The only thing you can do is just pick yourself back up after messing up and try to succeed. That's the only thing you can do. No. Man, this isn't fun to watch one bit. Oh, he's only got. Fuck! At this point, we know that Jun's capable of doing this. Because she's. Honestly, best thing she can do is just try to clear her thoughts of everything else and just try to, even though, yes, that is tough, she has to. She has to just clear up her thoughts. I'm just worried what's going to happen to her, though, because considering that she spent a large portion of her life climbing and ignoring things around her in the past, just to get better at climbing, this loss is probably gonna affect her a lot more negatively psychologically than no. Because the higher, the harder you fall. And considering Jen is supposed to be much more proficient, I'm just worried for her. But you know what? I have a feeling though, even though it's gonna be rough on Jun, she's gonna be able to pick herself back up. Aww. Howard has a cute name too. Hey, I don't think Mochi looks pretty good. Hey, that's actually a nice way of multitasking. Aww. Hey, I mean, at least she's being honest about it. Oh. Hmm. I kind of get where Jonas is coming from. You know, hey, at least they have a. Aww. At least they have a common interest there. Aw, that's looking cute. But it makes me wonder what happened to Haruna though, because her and Jump seem to have something going on. I just wonder what. I mean, probably just moving to another city. Because I don't think a blossoming friendship like that could be broken that easily, unless there was external circumstances. Aww. Oh. Whoa. Okay, so she's had that mindset from the get-go then. Ah. Whoa. Aww. And that's the whole thing about life too. Can't take. There's some things you just can't take back. Hmm. I guess that's what the title meant when it comes to failure the climber. I'm just surprised it ended up referring Jung though. She may be telling herself that, but she's got way too more to her than just climb. Wait, did something just break? Oh no, okay. Thought something broke or something. I was worried for a second. that's definitely a shocker there. I I know Konami's gonna want to try to comfort Jump, but she's not gonna want the comfort right now. I mean, with the shocker that she went through. Yeah. I mean, just looking at it from Jump's perspective. She's been doing climbing her whole life, and the big she's focusing on her whole life, she failed utterly. Oh, that's why. The thing is, though, when it comes to rejection, if you reject, you just gotta pull through and to not be rejected again, you know? Or to take it on and go on. Aww. No, she isn't a total failure. I mean, everyone, even like the best athletes in the world, go through their slumps. And plus, I think this failure is only gonna make Jen stronger because it doesn't matter in which level of competition you're on in sports, or even anything that doesn't involve sports for that matter. Failure, it's a necessary ingredient to success because if you don't have failure, you're not going to be able to appreciate your successes. And without failure, you're not going to be able to grow because it's through failure where we find out more things about ourselves. We find out how we deal with problems, how we deal with stress, how we get out of slumps. That's the point of failure. I mean, yeah, even though it's rough, I have a feeling John's going to come out of it stronger. It's probably going to take her maybe a day, maybe even a few days, maybe weeks. But I have a feeling she'll get out of her funk, you know? Still, though, gotta say, this episode was amazing. Out of all the episodes in the series, I'm definitely going to rate, this was one of my favorites. I'm going to rate this one a 9.5 out of 10. I think it absolutely deserved it. For one, we got some character development for Jun, because, at least for this specific episode, we finally see her experience fear for the first time, and we see her go through a big failure, so now it's going to be interesting to see, cheers to this. Oh man, the next episode, it is definitely going to feel like a mushroom trench is going to be rolling thorn towards me when I react to the next episode. But you know what? I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Now, let me explain what I really love what to do with Jun. For one, in her experiencing failure, it's going to be nice to see how she's going to deal with it, how the others deal with it too. Two, it increases stakes because now for the girls to win the competition, the remaining members, they're going to have to pick up the slack now. It ain't going to be Easeville anymore. So it's going to also put in a lot of narrative stakes for the competition. And you know what? Kind of like this. It's going to make things feel a lot more epic in the next few episodes. And another thing I love too, aside from it elevating the stakes, I actually love how, at the very least in this specific episode, you get to see John's backstory. You can see how that hardcore attitude was pretty abrasive towards people in the past. And that actually shows Konami's toughness, where even though she was being thrown that abrasiveness towards Shun in episode 1, she still went through with climbing, so that actually goes to show you the strength of Konami's personality. And another thing I also love too, on top of that, I actually love how, just for the fact that at least in this specific episode, aside from getting the backstory of Jun, I also like how in this episode, when she's feeling fear, you see her disgusted with herself, and I like that. I think it's realistic because in life, I don't even care who you are. There are going to be moments where you feel ashamed, right, about yourself, and I like it because it prevents any of our main characters feeling Mary Sue-ish. And seeing Jun go through it, because a few episodes ago, We saw Konami. We saw how she went through struggles, but then afterwards she became a stronger individual, much more confident with herself, much more confident about her goals. And then same with No. She messed up a little bit, but then eventually she became strong and she decided to cheer on the other girls. So now it's gonna, and it makes sense that now it's Jun's turn to also now have her moments of growth after failure. Which now makes me wonder if they're ever gonna set up an arc where Yotsuba is gonna fail too, because they did mention the fact that Yotsuba, she isn't as good as a climber as some of the competition. Like she's not as good as Fuchita or even Iwamini either. So cannot wait to see where that's gonna go. But yeah, that's why I really love what they did with joining her. Then on top of that, it did fantastic from the story standpoint because every single moment was just breathtaking. For one, I actually liked how it humbled Konami just a little bit because if she would have just succeeded in the first try in every single little event, it from a story standpoint, it would not have given her much room to grow. But due to her getting 3 out of the 4, it gives them room for growth while at the same time it puts extra psychological pressure towards Jun because her issue wasn't a physical one, it was an emotional, mental one, and I like that. Where in sports anime, it isn't just the physical battle; it's the psychological battle, and that's what makes this episode extra amazing. And another thing I like too, on top of that, from a story standpoint, just the sadness, like when seeing her cry, Jun, it got to me. It only makes me want to root for her even more, you know. And that scene where she pushes Haruna away emotionally was also depressing too. I was like, aww. And that really got those. And yeah, and even like the scene where Jun doesn't want to like talk with Konami right now, that's realistic too. Most people in that spot would want personal space after messing up. So it feels realistic too. And aside from that animation artwork, they were actually good for the most part. The animators, you can tell they did their job. They knew they had to step it up, and they did. Artwork was pretty darn beautiful. Even the character designs for random characters that don't even have the names had good looking character designs. So I gotta give it props there. The voice performances were great, especially Jun's actress. She did a fantastic job. She deserves nothing but praise. And that's why I feel this episode, it was near perfection, and that's why I have to rate it a 9.5 out of 10. It was just absolutely amazing. But anyways, y'all, enough about that. Subscribe. Definitely gonna be reacting to episode 8 next week. But anyways, y'all, thank you